everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we are up in the skies again in a plane because in the latest Smugglers Run DLC update for GTA Online, a lot of new planes have been added. And I thought in this video we would go ahead and check each one of them out because there's actually some modifying stuff that we can do to each one. And also, I really want to see if any of the new planes are faster than the Bezra. The Bezra is the current fastest plane in the game. So I thought it would be a good idea. Let's just go in the Bezra first, see what sort of speeds we can match. I mean, if we actually go down like this, I can get this down to like, what, 220 I think I hit there? Generally, we can get a cruising speed of this of around 190 miles an hour. I'm curious to see if any of the new planes can actually match that because they are quite expensive. And when I say quite expensive, I mean very expensive. And so I thought it'd be a good idea if we could just sort of like test these out with the speed, then you guys can make the decision of whether you want to give your hard-earned cash over and buy one of these in GTA Online. So, before we get into all that, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below, or pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below. So, ooh, prohibited? Why is that? Because I'm in a military plane? Okay, that was a terrible lane. Ooh, that was a panic lane because I was going way too fast. What do you mean restricted airspace? I guess this is supposed to be an international domestic airport, but so what? I'm military. Surely I have the power over everyone else. Well, anyway, let's just get out the Bezra because we need to check out some of the new planes. So actually, there are some more planes that haven't been released yet for GTA. They are packaged with the latest update, but they are not released for GTA Online yet, so I'm not going to be covering those. I just want to cover the base planes that are in the base version of the Smugglers Run DLC, like the initial planes that you got with the update. And that is the Alpha-Z1, the Havok, which is actually a helicopter, a Microlight, the Molotok, the Rogue, the Tula, and the Starling. That's what I'm going to be trying to check out in today's video. It might be a long one, so let's just jump straight in. So here we are in the Buckingham Alpha-Z1. This is a really awesome looking plane. I mean, I don't have the eye for plane design or anything like that, but this thing looks cool. It's really low slung. I mean, there's not much in the way of gap between the plane and the wheels. I mean, landing this might be quite dodgy, but it looks amazing. So before we actually take it into the air, I just want to see what modifying things we have for this. So let's just jump into menus customs. I believe that with the online version, you can actually, like, you can buy a hangar, which from what I understand is ridiculously expensive. And I mean, like, I think it's $10 million when you buy all the stuff for it, I think someone told me. Which, if you consider that an $8 million shark card is about £60, Great British pounds, probably way more in dollars, I don't know, maybe like 99 bucks or something like that. That's pretty expensive, but I hear that when you get all that sort of stuff, you can tune planes, or when you buy the plane, you can buy it with optional extras and stuff. But for this case, I'm in single player, so I'm going to be using menus customs. So there are liveries for this. So there is the stock livery, where we can just have whatever color we want. Then we have the Alpha Racing Team, which actually looks really nice. Let's just go into this view for this. This is the Air Emu Fruit Alpha Race Team racing plane. Then we have the Play Outside, which... oh, wait, hang on. I know what this is. I know what this is. Okay, American audiences might not get what this is unless this show was ever broadcast on, like, BBC World or something like that. I believe this is based on the plane from the old children's TV show on CBBC called Come Outside, I think it is, or something like that. And it had a woman with a dog, and she used to fly a plane, and it had this livery on it. It had all these dots, multicolored dots, on the plane. So... yeah, you can definitely tell that whoever made this was definitely British or grew up in England and remembers this. That is amazing. I'm going to have to go for that because that just brings me back to my childhood. But we also have the Pissfasser In For A Good Time livery, which looks pretty cool. The E-Cola one, deliciously infectious. I like that it's even got the 69 numbering as well. I like this bit on the front, by the way. I don't know what this is, an event for what exactly, but it looks really mean. I like that. Then we have the Sludgy Fruity Ice one. Is that a new brand for GTA? I don't think I've heard of Sludgy before. That's a curious one. Then we have the Sprunk Essence of Life Classic Sprunk green colours. Then we have the Wrong Gas Station Stop and Go livery. Nice orange, grey and white colouring. Actually, I'm sure the white is the bit we can change. And then we have the Flow Water one as well with these nice things. What's this? Flow Ginger, Flow Lava, Flow Zero? These must be new brands that Rockstar are trying to put into the game, because I don't think I've actually heard of these brands before. Wow, okay, well, I want to go for the play outside because that is just completely awesome. What else do we have? We actually have front bumper, custom front bumper. This is actually the chaff and the flare. Now, neither of these things work in single player. Someone might bring a mod out that might work with these, but for now, neither of these work, but I believe it just means you can release a flare or something like that. Then apart from that, it's just engine tuning, and I'm not sure if any of that is online, so I'm just going to test it as it is for now. So, oh my god, this is really fast. Straight off the bat, on the ground, this thing is seriously quick. It is off the ground already. Oh my god, this thing is ridiculously fast. The acceleration of that is probably the fastest acceleration I've ever seen in a plane. And actually, we can't get rid of the wheels, I've noticed. There's no way to put the wheels up, so the wheels are... I guess that's part of the design, where the wheels are just always in, and that's why it's sort of low to the ground. But we're definitely not getting that Bezra cruising speed, but that acceleration was fantastic. Seriously fast. So this would actually probably be quite a good racing plane. I imagine that Rockstar are adding plane racing in with this new update. So the price of this starts at just under $1.6 million in GTA currency and can go up to $2.1 million. I guess that's like adding the flares and the livery costs, perhaps. I don't know whether the engine tuning that you get in Menus Mod is going to be relevant into like GTA, because I don't know if modding planes is a thing for engine and stuff like that. However, I figured whilst we're here, I might as well check it out just in case. So, let me just go ahead. I mean, we're currently getting what? 167, 169, 170. Actually, we're getting quite a good speed going over here. 178? Is that our top speed? I mean, we're going pretty flat right now. That seems to be about our top speed. Around the 179, 178 mark. Okay, let's just quickly go to vehicle options. Menus customs. This is actually killing the engine and stuff, so I'm going to try and do this quick. Let's go for engine, level 4, and let's try turbo as well, just to see if it changes anything. So here we go. I'm going to go down, which is obviously going to take us to over 200 miles an hour because we're going downhill. Let's just even out and see what sort of speed we can get out of this. So already the speed goes way higher to actually over 200 miles an hour. When you add in those changes, again, I really don't know if that's going to be something you get in real life. Actually, the speed is starting to even out. When you get it flat, you get to... Actually, it is going back over to around 200 miles an hour. Again, as I pointed out, I have no idea if this works in GT Online, but just in case, there is the modified speed for this plane, just over 200 miles an hour. And also, don't forget, here's the cockpit. Pretty simple. Looks nice, nice open area to see out of, so we can actually see all the way down to the ground as we crash right here. Actually, we're not going to crash. Let's just try and do this properly and land, shall we? Okay, it's a terrible landing. Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad, considering I'd stopped the engine way before I should have. You know, I'm never going to do a proper plane landing on this. It's just, I'm just not capable of it. Okay, so this one I'm really not going to be able to do a speed test with. This is just sort of an honourable mention, but this is the new helicopter that is added in the base DLC. So if we just go to vehicle options, menus, customs, I think we might have some liveries on this. We do. Let's just land this out and check this out. So in the liveries, we have the option of the stock. We have the Havok basics, just nice, simple Havok thing. Nagasaki on the back. Nagasaki? That's like the same brand as the bikes. And mind you, I guess actually aren't helicopters in real life like Yamaha and stuff like that? I could be wrong. I could be... Ignore me. Then we have the Havok sticker bomb as well. I guess this is, again, it's Nagasaki branded. Then we have the Sprunk Essence of Life green livery that we get. The Havok Masters one. Then we have the Meteorite Snack. Is this another brand again? I don't think I've ever heard of this one. The Fleecer Bank or the Fleeker Bank. The Liberty City National. The Exchange Index. And then we have the E-Cola livery right there. And then apparently we do actually have something on the roof, which is the 50 cal minigun. So, of course, actually it's not on the roof, it's just underneath. But this is a weaponized helicopter. A tiny little weaponized helicopter. And also we can have the chaff and the flare. But again, they don't work in single player. So that means I should be able to select the minigun and shoot. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this is definitely a weaponized helicopter. Oh my good god. See, this is the problem that I have with this whole update thing. Oh, I'm forgetting that I have air brake mode that is tied to, like, shoot and, yeah, and try to steer with the shoulder buttons. Yeah, terrible idea. Yeah, one of the things that I'm not really liking the idea about is how many weaponized vehicles you get in GT Online now. So anyone that really has the money for it or wants to buy a shark card can get these ridiculously overpowered vehicles, and it just, to me, it completely ruins the whole scene of the game, because I like GTA and like its sort of soft form, just driving around cars, enjoying a bit of racing. All of this sort of like trying to blow everyone up thing, I'm not really that big on. I mean, I get it if you're doing it for a mission or something, but I can imagine that this thing and all these other planes with weapons would really suck to go against in sort of like the free roam mode. So yeah, I'm a bit torn when it comes to these. I mean, even ignoring the prices and how much of a rip-off these whole things are, this thing is priced between 1.7 million and 2.3 million GTA dollars. And when you equate the price of that with a shark card, you're looking at something like £25 maybe worth of sharks cards, because actually you'd probably have to buy more than that just to get the amount of credits for that. So yeah, that's again pretty expensive. Okay, so here we are with the Microlight, and this, I have to say, is probably the most exciting and special vehicle that we've had in this new update, because this is a completely new vehicle type. We haven't had anything like this before in GTA. There was actually a mod that came very close, and the mod maker even actually had the holding bars thing and turning the sail. Is this called a sail? I guess it's sort of like a sail. And a mod maker made a really good version of this, and as I was about to make a mod on it, this update comes out, so I'm just going to show you the one that Rockstar have made. But it is pretty damn cool. It's not exactly going to be fast. Let's see if we have any tuning options for this one. Let's go to menus, customs. We do have some liveries. Okay, these might actually be mostly on this, so let's just have a look. So we have the stock. We have the Minotaur, investment and finance. Again, this is a brand I've not heard of. Spender's Department Store, another weird brand. Prolapse, Train Hard. E-Cola's Deliciously Infectious. Sprunk's Essence of Life. Flow Water, again, there's that Flow Water thing coming back again. The Merryweather Camo Digital with big massive Merryweather security on it. And then we also have the Camo Fractal, Geometric, and Winter. And I guess we could actually just go ahead to paints, and we could probably make a different version of that. Let's go to Primary, Classic, and run through that. There we go, we actually get some sort of colour changing right on the tip there. And it also changes this stuff underneath as well. So it's quite interesting that this thing has Merryweather security stuff on it, because you'd think that they would have something a bit more high-tech than this, but maybe this is the sort of low-tech stuff you'd need. But there we go, taking off. Actually takes off pretty damn fast. The steering on it is really quite slow, but when you get into a bank, it's not that bad, but you're not really going fast enough to want to have like a serious bank on this thing. But I am noticing that we're going up as I'm turning. It's kind of hard to see. So let's just go to this view. Ah, see, this is the view. This is what you want. If you're in one of these, you want it for the view. Big open space below you, holding onto the bars and turning. That is awesome. That is an amazing job. But this thing isn't that quick. Let's be honest. I mean, we can actually go down and get a little bit of speed here. But if we flatten out, what are we getting? Around 55 miles an hour? Around that. It's not quick, but it's an amazing new type of vehicle. And so for that reason, I absolutely love it. So for the price of this, it's a little bit more fairly priced compared to the other ones, but then this is slow and doesn't have any weaponry on it, so, you know, what do you expect? I mean, let's just have a double check. I think that was it. There is actually a front bumper thing. That's going to be the chaff and the flare. Exhaust. Ah, extended prop blades. What is that? I don't see any difference. Nothing. Oh, with a muffled carbon prop. Oh, so we can actually change the color of the back there. But extended and stock look pretty much the same. Don't know what's up with that. And then we also have... Oh, we do have a weapon. Interesting. So there's a gimbal turret, which I can't see the look for either. Maybe that's not available in single player. Let's see. Can I select a weapon on this? Ah, machine gun. Ah, there is a machine gun. Okay. So actually, considering that this is weaponized, this isn't a bad price. I think the main reason is because it's not really that quick. So if you wanted to buy this, it's around 500,000 GTA dollars to about $665,000, which isn't too bad considering the rest, but as I pointed out, it's pretty slow. I imagine anyone with a faster plane is going to tear you a new one in seconds. But it looks cool, and that's good enough for me. Okay, so the next plane is a doozy. This thing looks amazing. This is the Molotok, and it is a jet plane. This is what I think is probably going to be the contender against the Bezrat as the fastest plane. We're going to have to see. Let's just see what sort of cool liveries and stuff that we have, and maybe some weapons. I don't know. Let's just see. So we've got menus, customs. Let's just go to liveries. We do have a nice selection. So we have the stock. We have the Chernov vodka. We have the simple stars. All pretty cool. These are all very quite old school style as well. This looks like an old sort of military plane. Sort of like Vietnam War era, although I don't know much about planes. I could be talking rubbish. Sprayed 3 color, which has a nice bit of camo on it. We've got the arid 3 color. We have the dark desert. This definitely is supposed to be some sort of warplane. I guess from the name, actually, it's supposed to be a Russian warplane, I guess. We have the two-tone stripes. We have the forest 3 colors. We have the digital woodland. We have the jungle fighter and the sprayed half camo. See, the jungle fighter makes me think that this would be something from Vietnam or something like that. Who knows? I quite like the look of that sprayed half camo, actually, so I'm going to go with that. And then we also have front bumper, which is the chaff and the flare. We have skirts, which is drop tanks. Ooh, which has these things. Don't know what they are. I know nothing about that. And then roof, we have homing missiles right there as well. So let's just go up into the air. And also let's just see what weapons we have. We have the missiles, we have homing off, and machine gun. Let's just see. Let's just test each one of these out. So we have the machine guns base. Then we have missile and missiles with homing off. Don't know what those drop tanks are for, though. No idea. But let's take this baby up into the air. Presuming that all this stuff that we've added isn't going to add extra weight. I mean, we are in a jet plane. It should be enough. And put the wheels up. Get a bit of speed going. There we go. Let's see. This feels slower than the Bezra, I've got to admit. It feels just a little bit bigger and a little bit chunkier. I have a feeling this isn't going to be the fastest. I mean, probably I'd say the Alpha-Z1 seems to be almost on par with the Bezra. I mean, all things considering, presumably, if we can actually have the engine tuning and stuff in GT Online. But yeah, at least in single player, the Alpha-Z1 seems to be the fastest. But this one is pretty close, 183 miles an hour. In fact, the Bezra topped out at like a 179 without modifying, didn't it? So this one is actually faster. This is faster than the Bezra. I'd say it is. So let's just go ahead, vehicle options, menus customs. Let's just get a engine upgrade 4. And a turbo. Let's see if we can get a little bit of an extra mile an hour coming out of this. There we go. Already coming up to 200 miles an hour. Yep, simple. Pretty quick. I really can't tell if this is... Actually, I think this is faster than the Alpha-Z1 now. 205 miles an hour. Although I would say that the Alpha-Z1 definitely seems a lot more maneuverable. Actually, this one's maneuverable. I don't know. It's quite a close tie. The Alpha-Z1's really impressed me, considering it's not even a jet plane. But this is pretty nice looking. So if you wanted to buy this in GTA, this is the kicker. If you wanted to buy this in GTA Online, prices start from 3.6 million GTA dollars, which is, if you actually wanted to get $3.5 million with a shark card, that costs you £31. So this thing starts at around 32, 33 quid, roughly, if you were to sort of try and convert that. I'm not doing the exact. But this also goes up to 4.7 million GTA dollars once it's all specced out with all the weaponry. This thing is insanely expensive. Oh, I like how quick we're getting to 270 miles an hour there. Going down, that was pretty quick. But this isn't actually even the most expensive plane. There is something more expensive. So let's land and check it out and see if that is worth any more than this is. Oh, I'm just going to notice, as I'm coming to land, look what happens when I hit the brakes. Oh, that is awesome. Something comes out the back and makes it brake just absolutely perfectly. That's insane. I've never seen that before. Oh, and there's a plane which I think I've just denied landing. I think he's just going to... is he going to bail? No, he's actually landing. Okay, that's cool. Let's move on then to the most expensive plane in the latest update. And here it is. This thing is an absolute beast. This is not a jet plane. This is a 4-propeller plane with, of course, machine guns and all this other cool stuff. But there's also another party trick, which I'll show you in just a second. So, if we just go ahead, go to vehicle options, menus customs, let's just go ahead and check out the liveries. So we have the stock, we have the keep running, we have the bombardier, which actually what's it got on it? Ah, see, that's got some old school style stuff on it as well, compared with this, because that seems like a really old school sort of like military paint thing that people would have put on their planes. We have the see you later as well, which is actually not based on Aaron Kraskell. Then we have the all aboard. Then we have, oh, hello. Then we have the How High. Oh, that's nice. Again, it's got all these old school style, sort of like pin-up girl things that people used to paint on planes. Then we have the Air Emu. Then we have the Coast Guard. Then we have the Noose version. Oh, that's badass. I like that. But I want to go for the All Aboard, maybe? Yeah, I want to go for the All Aboard one. That's the winner for me. And actually, we can change the colour as well whilst we're here. There you go. I've just gone for a nice matte olive drab, as I feel that makes it feel a bit more military, although this colouring stuff is definitely not military. Sadly, they don't have like an old worn style pin-up one that doesn't have any of this extra colouring stripe on it though, but oh well. On the front bumper, which is actually just the extras, we have the chaff and the flare. Again, don't work in single player. Then we have the JATO, which is this thing right here. I don't know what the hell they are. They look like little bombs though. Then on the fenders, we have the explosive, the incendiary, the gas, and the cluster. Again, these don't work in single player yet, at least. I don't know if a mod's going to come out that makes all these work, but I presume that these drop explosives, flames, gas, cluster bombs, all this sort of thing. Then we have on the roof, we have a couple of extra options for weaponry. We have the dual 50 cal turret, which is actually on the back here. This will be for someone else to sit in. Again, we can't change seats right now in single player. Then we have the 7.62 minigun turret. So you can actually have someone sitting at the back of this plane shooting out at other planes, which is pretty cool. But we still haven't come to the party trick yet. Still yet to come. So, let's just go ahead and see. I don't think this is going to be fast, because I don't think speed is really the trick with this one. I think this one is probably just going to be perhaps armor. This seems like it'd be well armored and just weaponry for this one. So, we have the machine gun. We have actually just the machine gun, because the stuff on the back is for the other passenger, which sadly I can't have. So, the extra trick for this one, well, let me show you. If we just go right here, I'm even going to keep the wheels up. This thing actually lands on water, and as you land, it actually puts the wheels back up into the body of the plane. And there it is, landed on water. So this thing can be landed in water. It doesn't matter if you sort of get stuck out away from land. You can recover yourself. And let's just try and see how long it takes to take off from this. Ooh, actually not too long. That's not so bad. And then we can pop our wheels out if we wanted. Look how cool that looks when it comes back in. It's sort of like stuck to the side of the plane, but that makes the whole bottom bit sort of sealed. So you can use that as a boat. It's damn cool. So that is the trick for this one. The price of this one starts at $3.89 million GTA dollars and goes all the way up to $5.1 million dollars. This thing is insanely expensive. That's sort of like, what, 50 quid? Maybe 40, no, yeah, about 40 quid, 45 pounds. About that for this thing. Oh my god. Absolutely insane. And of course this isn't really that quick at all. It's pretty slow. And then also on the interior, it looks pretty nice in here. Very military based. Look at that. That is nice. That is, whoa. Okay, probably shouldn't look back that long. It is a really nice plane. I've got to admit, it's just I really just can't get over the prices of vehicles that are sold in GT Online. I never will. I will be moaning about this with every single update. Rockstar won't change anything. I mean, people buy them. People either play a lot of the game and they can buy them, or people buy the shark cards. That's just it. That's the reality of it. But there's that one landed. There are 2 more to go. We're almost done checking out these planes. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here we are with the Rogue. This is another propeller plane, and it looks very military based. We can go out and just check out what liveries this thing has. So we have the stock livery, then we have the LTD gas. Oh, I like the look of this one. This has some nicer looking liveries, I've got to say. The operative, oh, that's understated. I'm a big fan of that, especially with the base color. The Rogue operative, ooh, these are nice. I like these. Then we have the Green Baron. Then we have the Red Devil. These seem almost like a sort of like a military stunt plane in a way. Then we have the Golden Kid. I like the look of that. That's nice. A big fan of yellow, of course. Wonder Kid, the blue version. Then we have the Racer. The Rogue Racer. I really like these Rogue colorways. And then we have the Fighter. I want to go for either Operative or Rogue Operative. I actually quite like the look of the Rogue Operative. I'm going to go for that. That looks amazing. Then we also have front bumper, which is actually just the chaff and the flare. Chassis, we have homing missiles. So, oh, you can actually hear it aiming at something. Maybe that plane, helicopter over there. So, yeah, we can have those on. This is a weaponized plane, and we also have explosive incendiary gas and cluster bombs that can be dropped, but sadly not in this version. And we also have the 7.62 machine guns, or we have explosive cannons. Right, let's just test out the machine guns and then move on to the cannons. I'm very curious about all of this. So we have the missiles. They shoot pretty basic. We have missiles with homing off. Then we have machine gun, which comes out of these bits at the side. And then that's that one. And then we would go back and go to the explosive cannons. I guess this is probably just a higher caliber of bullet. Oh, actually, they're explosive MG. Oh, wow. Okay. Right, see, now this has got some interesting weaponry. This has got, I'd say, better weaponry than most. If I was probably to spend money on a plane, this one so far seems to be the one to do it, because actually this is really well priced compared to the others at least. Let's see what this is like for speed. Here we go. Ooh, there we go. It's pretty slow to take off. It seems kind of heavy. Pop our wheels away. Do you know what? This isn't too bad for speed. I was expecting this to be a little bit slower considering the price. Actually, this turns really well as well. So our base speed should probably build up once we get over land. So we've got around 155 miles an hour so far. We're looking to be around 170 if it is to be any faster than the Bezra. No, it seems to be around 155 miles an hour. I think we've wrung this out for speed. That's pretty much its top. Yeah, pretty much its top. I want to see if we can also just tune this up a little bit just in case that is a thing. I still don't know if it is, but here we go. Level 4. And turbo, and ooh, do a full loop. And down, well, we're going to get a nice boost anyway because we're going down. There we go, almost reaching 200 miles an hour there. Oh, we did actually hit 200 miles an hour. Okay, trying to even this out so that we don't have any sort of the extra speed that we've gained from any of these things. And I'm sitting around 170 miles an hour. So it's got a little bit of a speed increase. Again, I don't know if this is something that you get in GT Online, but it's not as fast as the Bezra, but I think this has got a really nice weapon selection, and the price compared to the others is pretty good. This starts at 1.2 million GTA dollars, ranging up to just under $1.6 million. So if I was inclined to buy one, I'd probably pick this. But actually, all the vehicles that we've shown so far are not the coolest one. The coolest one is what I've left until last. And here it is, right here. This is the appropriately named Starling. This does actually look sort of like a Starling bird. This thing is tiny. It's really weird, but I think this might actually be the new fastest plane in the game, because this is a jet plane, but it sort of works in the same way as the Oppressor in that you actually use that as a boost for speed, and I think you can get some insane speeds out of this. We're going to have to check in just a second, but let's just see what modifying things we can do to this. Let's go to menus, customs. Let's go and check out the livery. So we have the stock, we have the winter spray. Ooh, I like the look of that. Very military. Oh, it's of course the winter spray. It's supposed to be like snows on it. That's cool. I like that. Then we have the stars and stripes. Then we have the Dazzler. We have the what's on the back here? No, it's just a woman. For some reason, from distance, I thought that was Marge Simpson. I just saw the green of the dress, the blue of the hair. Yeah. Then we have the Falcon 1. Very nice. Then we have the Falcon 2. Again, actually, I like the Falcon 2 more, I think. Then we have the Air Force display, which has also got this classic little thing going. What is that? This is like a hog or something like that. Then we have the Redwood Racer, which is always incredibly hard to say because I want to say Wedwood. Redwood cigarettes. Then we have the Sprunk Extreme, the Stargazer. Oh, that is a fruity color scheme. Wow, okay. And, okay, well, it gets worse. Mr. Unicorn. Well, I love the idea of the fastest plane in the game having pink love hearts as the liveries, so I'm going to stick with that. Then on the front bumper, it's the chaff and the flare. We have the exhaust, which is the rocket boost upgrade, which adds this little bit. You know what? I'm going to have to keep that stock for now and change that in just a second because I think that might affect the speed. Then we also have the fenders for the explosive incendiary, gas, and cluster. And then we have the homing missiles as well. So this thing is even kitted out with full weaponry. And it also includes the machine gun, which is, oh yeah, right there on the tip. So machine gun is standard, and the missiles, and also missiles with homing off. God damn. So here we are. Now, I'm just going to try and fly this without pressing the boost button. As you can tell, it's not really quick. I guess this is purely based on jet propulsion, but there is a little propeller at the front. Don't know what the point of that one is, but if I hit this button, get ready. Here we go, and we are already at 163 miles an hour, and this thing just goes off, I think, indefinitely. I think we'll just keep flying and see if we can just fly to the whole end of the island without this going off, but I think actually we can just trigger this on and off. Let's just see. There we go, and it slows down. I'm actually surprised this isn't as quick as I thought it would be. I guess, actually, now that I'm starting to bank, it's starting to miss. Oh, okay, it doesn't last forever. So it's not as fast as the Bezra or the other planes, and that boost doesn't last forever. Wow, okay, I thought it would be better than that. I'll be honest with you. And also, the wheels don't go down, because the wheels the button to make the wheels go down is the button to make the boost happen. So, I don't know about that. Let's just land this precariously. Ooh, okay, I'm terrible at landing. Okay, let's just repair that in case I broke anything. And let's just go ahead and go to, what was it, the exhaust? Rocket boost upgrade, which just adds this little bit to the end. I don't know if that's going to make any difference to the speed. I love how this just takes off instantly, though. That's amazing. 163 miles an hour, it's the same thing. Maybe the upgrade is just duration. Maybe it just means that it just lasts a bit longer. It's lasting a little bit longer than... Actually, it lasted this long before. Then I turned it off, then it lasted a little bit longer than it died. Do you know what? It feels exactly the same. That's quite disappointing, I've got to admit. But do you know what? This is single player. We have the ability to make this thing fast. I can make this thing go Mach 1 or more. So let's do that. Okay, just to note, actually, I just jumped out the plane, and when the rocket booster's going, and the plane still goes and flies off, I want to do that again, because that is amazing fun. Here we go. Go with the boost again and jump out. And it keeps going. In fact, I can't see where we're going. Where is it? There it is. It's still going. Oh my god, where is it going? Let's just try and follow this up in the air. I don't know where we are in the map. I'm just going to try and follow this as far as I can. Oh, here it goes. Is it going back down to Earth? What is it doing? This thing is insane. We're all the way over here. We started like over there. That map has actually stopped loading. And there it goes, spinning violently back down to Earth. That is insane. That is so cool. I love that you can do that. And there it goes. I don't know if I've got invincibility on for spawned vehicles. Let's find out. Oh, it despawned. Oh, well, that's no fun. But what I like about this is we can actually just take off from here. We don't need a landing strip because we can just do this. And we're in the air. Done. But I am noticing that my little mod that allows me to fly planes quick is not doing anything with this plane. It doesn't want anything to do with it. I guess this plane is some sort of anomaly. But there are some other planes from the latest update that do work with the supersonic mod, so maybe just spawn into one of those instead. This one's actually been a pretty big disappointment, I've got to say. Okay, so here we are back in the Molotok. This is a plane that does work with the supersonic planes mod. So, once I lift up my wheels, and we build up a bit of speed, here we go! This is what we want. This is the plane speed we need. Here we go. I mean, in online, this would actually probably be absolutely ridiculous, because I imagine everyone would just be flying into each other. But here we go, supersonic speed. That's actually the sound barrier that we've just broken right there. And we are doing over Mach 1. We are doing 912 miles an hour in the Molotok. Get a load of that. And it flies around actually really nicely and can take us straight back. I think, though, I can make this just a little bit faster just to have a nice fun end to the video, making this just a little bit quicker. Let's give this a try. Okay, so here we are in the Molotok. And actually, I didn't check out the interior of this, but this, of course, is Russian. By that Russian writing, what does that say? Avarini Spros Fonaria. This doesn't look, that just looks like random letters. Is that a Russian word? I don't know. It sounds really weird. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong and I've just forgotten how to read Russian. Right, here we go. Take off. And this should now go a hell of a lot faster than what we did before. Here we go. And we have already broken 1,000 miles an hour. Here we go. I'm going to get broken 2. Maybe we can get to 3. Here we go. Oh, 3,000 miles an hour, and we're still going. Oh my god, where do we get to? 3,700 miles an hour, and we're actually just flying this so damn fast. Oh! Well, there you go. And we're in the water because that's really hard to control. But there we go, guys. That is it. I actually forgot to mention the price of the Starling. That one starts at $2.7 million and goes up to $3.6 million with all the weapons and stuff added on. Good God. They're all insanely expensive. I'd say my votes of my favorites are probably going to have to be the Microlight and the Rogue. Purely because the Microlight is different, it's nice and fun, and the Rogue seems to have some nice weaponry, but doesn't cost a fortune, even if it's not the fastest in the game. Although I'm actually a big fan of the Alpha-Z1 as well. I would like for you guys to let me know in the comment section below which one of these is your favorite. Maybe you've bought one in GT Online. You can actually follow me on Twitter. Oh my god, we are that far away from land. Wow. You can follow me on Twitter and you can actually send pictures of your planes, helicopters, whatever you bought, whatever liveries you've got. I would love you guys to show me. I'm really interested to see if anyone has bought these that follows my videos. Because I would have thought, well, actually, I think some people would have. I think some people have played the game enough to make that money, and do you know what? All the power to you, if that's what you want to spend your money on. I still don't get it. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.